We're ready.
Okay, we're ready to go. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to actually our first meeting with our new board, which is exciting. Our new board members are all here, and I want to welcome them especially. So our new administrative VPs are Eileen McKelvey and Joni Weisberg. And our new secretary is Joanne Ashapol. And Katie is not new to the board, but new to her job as communications VP. So welcome to our new board members. What the board has been working on most recently, just want to give everybody an update. When somebody joins the board or they're about to join the board, they are given a handbook or asked to read the handbook. And some of the new board members had mentioned that some of the things that are in the handbook are kind of outdated, which is true. We have talked about this before. The board talked about a year ago that we probably should start going through the handbook and making some updates. The last update to the handbook was in February of 2015. And as you can well imagine, lots of changes since then. Just if we even consider what we've been doing this past year, we could probably write a whole new handbook. But so what the board is going to do is each vice president is going to take their section of the handbook, and they're going to go through it and read through and make suggested changes. And as well, we're going to look at the entire handbook and just see where we need to make adjustments. You know, some of it's pretty simple. It's kind of funny, actually, we were kind of reading through things, and if you've ever read the handbook says, we will never cancel a meeting because we can't get a hold of people to let them know that the meetings are going to be canceled. And then, for the last several years when we were still meeting, we actually did cancel meetings because the library closed. So, and now that we have Zoom, we're kind of back full circle to, hey, maybe we never need to cancel a meeting, but the meeting will certainly look different. And so just something simple like that, we feel kind of needs to be updated in the handbook. So just so everybody knows, any changes to the handbook cannot be made until we post it in the newsletter. So say we post it 1 month, and then the following month, a majority approval from the boards, from all the members at a meeting would need to happen for any changes to be made to the handbook. So just so you all know, we're kind of going through that process, very early stages. If anybody has read it or thinks there's a glaring something out there they want to be addressed, you can certainly send me an email. I would be happy to look at it, but I don't expect that this is going to be something that we'll have done in the next month, but hopefully in the next several months, we'll have a chance to really talk about it, make the changes, and then have the members vote on it. So that's one thing that we are definitely working on. The second thing, I just want everybody to know, we are very aware of and interested in when libraries and when meetings are going to happen again. Libraries are opening, but they're opening for people to come in for a limited amount of time. I think the county is maybe, 45 minutes to an hour. The city, you can come into a library for a half an hour and then you're out. If you're there to use a computer, I think you get an hour. I think in the county, it's 45 minutes to an hour. So while things are opening, certainly not opening to a level that we would need to have it open to have a meeting. And we definitely are keeping everybody's health and safety as a top priority before we would delve back into a meeting. So we're just keeping an eye on guidance from the Department of Health, from both the city and the county. And we'll just keep an eye on that and use that, I think, as our basis for determining when things will be healthy and safe for us to meet again. It may or may not be the Central Library. They are going through some renovations, and I'm not exactly sure when they're going to open up for a meeting of our size. So I occasionally get an email about when are we going to meet again, and really there's just no answer right now. We're paying attention. We are looking at things, and we're just going to continue on Zoom until we know from the health department that it's a safe time to meet. So we haven't forgot about it. We're not, we're not trying. It's just that it's just really not the time yet. And hopefully with everybody starting to get vaccinations that want to get vaccinations, hopefully this year, keep our fingers crossed, hopefully this year that we'll be able to have a meeting again in person. So I don't have any member news. If anybody else does, if you could save it till after show and share when we open it up for discussion, and you can let us know any member news that you have, that would be great. And I think that's all for me. So Eileen and Joni are up and going to tell us what's going on in their world.
I'm taking the a lead this month, and you gave me a great opening. Joni and I have started to plan what would normally be our June potluck luncheon, but we're going to do that via Zoom and do it virtually. So we'll be inviting everybody to bring their lunch and sit down and lunch together. We're going to have games, prizes, and lots of time for chit chat and socializing. So it'll be very informal, but lots of fun.
And we want to do a show and share at the potluck.
Yes.
Okay.
I understand, other than that, typically our luncheons, we don't follow a normal board meeting process. So
That's true. It's just
yes.
much about fun.
And socializing.
That's it.
Yes. The other thing that we wanted to resume doing was welcoming our new members at each meeting. So I have the names of the people who have joined the guild since the last meeting. They are Joyce Arbogast, Karen Bryant. Hi, Karen. Kimberly Connor, Sherry Howell, Kaylee Muncy, Lauren Moxie, Rose Park, Joy Waddell, and Lisa Drool. And I noticed that Lisa's name was also on the list of people who gave charity donations already last month. So she's jumped right in. So we have a short report this month. We'll have lots more next month.
It's good. Great. Thank you. All right, Katie.
Yes. So I am now the communications VP. So glad to be doing this new role. As communications VP, I want to plug the Guild's Instagram account. Right now, we've got, let's see, we have 133 followers of our Instagram account, which is amazing. We are getting a lot of engagement when we post pictures of people's knitted items, which has been really exciting and enthusiastic support of us. So I want to pitch, I know people are doing knitting, so please send me your pictures of your items. You don't have to be wearing them if that's what's holding people back. You could put it on a table and take a picture. But you can send that to my email address, which is in the newsletter. And I would be happy to receive those and post those online on Instagram. Also, I do reach out to people through Ravelry. So if you get a message, I'm KAJ Holly on Ravelry. So that's from me, in case you're wondering about the random person who's messaging you. The other thing that I want to talk about is, and this, Kathy, you might talk about this a little bit more, but please check our YouTube page. We have, our meetings are recorded and posted there. Our educational portions are recorded and posted there. It's a great way to, be caught up and to maintain, our desire to continually engage with each other and educate one another about knitting. It's the mechanism by which we're doing that right now. So please subscribe and follow us on YouTube. And we we'll be showing a YouTube video today for education, but there also is another YouTube video on our page from Busy Work Craft Supplies, which I know Kathy will talk about more, but I just wanted to flag that so that people could watch that. That's a new yarn seller in St. Louis who has a new business and is a guild member. So I just want to flag that so that people will watch that as well. And that is all that I have for right now.
Great. Thanks, Katie. Joan?
Hi.
Hi, Joan.
Well, if anybody came to the library and didn't see me, I apologize because the wind and the rain kept us from putting the guild banner in the window. It kept falling off the car, but we had 9 people came by. Appreciate that. A couple of them had to make calls to find us, but I wasn't planning on being there, but I didn't have to work today. So Joanne and I manned the drop off and the pickup. We had a lot of items. I haven't had a chance to go through and count everything, but the ones I reported from last month, plus a couple of scarves, we had, we're actually collecting quite a few things at the Saturday drop-offs on Guild Days. We had 132 kids hats, 136 baby hats, 57 scarves, 1 Afghan, let's see, one baby booty, 11 baby blankets, 1 baby sweater. Let's see, what does it say? 3 shawls and cowls and yarn. And we always appreciate the yarn. If it's our supply is dwindling because people have been picking up some donations, so that's good. But we've also received a request from the hospice. I guess it's the one in Mercy South. Anyway, their volunteers are in need of yarn to make, I guess, shawls for the people that are in hospice. So if you have any yarn donations, we'd be happy to take those on the Guild Days. We'll have somebody, we'll announce in the newsletter which libraries and what times. Usually it's from 10 to 11:30. I won't be there next month, but Joanne is going to volunteer again to be there. So we're usually parked on the right side of the building, right as the stoplight, where the stoplight is, right when you come in. So one of those first spots on the right is where we're going to be parked. So the only other thing I have, it's not charity, but it's the Riola and I didn't tell her about this one yet. We're doing our yarn or our hat challenge, and I've picked the scrappy hat. I thought, well, we all have scraps, so that might be a good pattern. So I'll have that in the newsletter. So if you want to make the scrappy hat, I'm behind. I don't have the one from last month made or for April made. So I don't have one of those to show, but that's on Ravelry. So you can always find the patterns on Ravelry. The scrappy hat's a free pattern. So just check that one out. And I don't think I have anything else to show. I'll try to take some pictures of the donated items and send those along so Gracia can select some for the newsletter, or Katie can put those, because we really received some beautiful items last month. I didn't get a chance to send them off, but some scarves and baby sweaters and just lovely items. So keep them coming. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Joan.
Really quick, Sudeshna, do you have a question for Joan? Okay, let me ask to unmute.
What kind of yarn do you take? Do you take any kind or superwash? And
Any kind, because we have groups that will take wool.
fantastic. I
Yeah,
will
so
have
anything
some.
you have, just let me know what's wool so we know to give it to the right people.
And how do I send them to you?
If you want to call me, I work out in West County. You can drop it off at my office where I work, or if you want to drop it off on one of the library mornings. If not, we'll figure out a convenient way. I can always meet you at the library too, if that's close for you.
No, I can drop it off any place.
Okay, so yeah, just reach out to me on the emails in the newsletter or on the website. But yeah, I'll be happy to make it available so we can make the swap. I do it all the time. Kathy Schoenlaw dropped off some projects for me this week, so it works out pretty good to have it there because I'm pretty central.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Sudeshna.
All right. Thanks, Joan. Samantha?
Oh,
Okay, the treasurer's report was in the newsletter for February. Holding pretty steady on our finances because we don't have a lot of expenses right now. I don't know, do you want me to
You could just,
share or, okay. So the starting balance was 18,862 and 32 cents. The ending balance was 18,620 and 61 cents. Our expenses for the month involved buying some yarn for charity projects, our Zoom monthly expense, and then the deposit for our Mystery May speaker. And then we did have some membership dues paid during the month. Wait, you can't ask questions because you're all muted. So if you have a question, you can put it in the chat.
put in the chat or I could ask
That's
at
all
the
I
end.
got. Or ask at the end.
Write it down and ask at the end.
That's
Okay.
right.
Thanks, Samantha. All right. I think here is the speaker that everybody has been waiting for because Kathy has the announcement about our program in May. So Kathy.
Okay, I'm just going to talk about what's current and then you let me know when I want to divulge who the mystery speaker is. So you can tell me what you want to. My first stuff is to tell everybody that, yes, we have a 8-minute video on our YouTube channel from Busy Work Crafters, which is a pretty much a timely feature because next week she's having a pop-up yarn sale, which is going to be in front of Whisk Bakery on Cherokee Street, WISK. And the pop-up is basically she has an awning or a tent or something, and she puts it up in front of the bakery and you can buy your wares that way. So I guess you'd call that a virtual store. Then the other thing that we have, I think, coming today is part 1 of the Myers House video, which talks about Myers House and new features, new products she wants to present. I think it's about a 30-minute video if I remember. So that's coming here real soon. And then a couple of other things that I want to make sure everybody knows are out there because people asked for specific things when we sent out the training survey. And some people requested ergonomic tips. And I didn't find a video for ergonomic tips, but I did find information, and that information is put on the YouTube channel. And so you can follow those directions and stretch your hands, your fingers, your shoulders, with your back, whatever's bothering you. But I couldn't find a video that wasn't copyrighted. So that's why you got what you got. And then the other feature that I found from different Zoom meetings was I knew how to block unwanted text messages on my phone. Well, apparently I drummed up a lot of interest on that one. So I put out about a 2-minute video on how to do that. So if you get those videos telling you to, give money to this one or that one, or they want to buy your house, you'll know how to block those and you won't receive them anymore. So with that, I'm going to ask Sue, does she want me to go ahead next with what I'm going to do?
I do.
All right. Well,
Drum
ladies,
roll.
I don't have a drum. I'm going to read this because it's just easier for me. I am pleased to announce that our mystery knitter is Patti Lyons, a nationally known knitting teacher, designer, and author. Hold your applause. Patti is scheduled to present her popular class, Knitting Bag of Tricks. She will be showing us knitting tips and tricks that she has learned over her years, such as how to do a better SSK, how to make matching sized yarn overs, how to avoid the gap at the end of a bind off, and how to tighten your stitches and much more. Now, she is scheduled to be presented to us on Saturday, May 27th, which is not a meeting Saturday, so be aware of that. And it's at 2:00 Central Time, and it's a 2-hour class. Everybody's going to get a pop-up email today about somewhere between 4 and 5, so you don't have to write this down, okay? But there are specific directions, and they were put together to be fair to everybody. Because the major problem we have here is that we're only limited by contract to 50 members. So to go to this class. So to be fair to everybody and not have people sign up early, some people sign up today, some, whatever. The first thing is you got to be a guild member. If you're not an active guild member, please do not try to join. You're not allowed to do that. And you're only one person can be invited per email address. So your name, your personal email, that's how we're going to do it. Do not sign up using your employer's email address, as their security systems may not allow you to see this presentation. So that's why you have to use your personal email address. And because we are anticipating we only are allowed 50 people, and we're anticipating a lot of popularity in this program, we recommend that you sign up as quickly as possible doing the following things. The sign up will start on Sunday, May 11th, it's tomorrow, at 12:30 p.m. Okay, right after breakfast or lunch or whatever, 12:30. If you sign up earlier than 12:30, you will not be counted, because we have to be fair to everybody. And interested members over the limit of 50 will be waitlisted for some other event. To sign up, you're going to have to go to the Guild webpage, and you're going to have to sign up as a user, click on the tab called Contact, and then you will see a list of services, and you want to click on Education at GSLKG. That link will open up a blank email. In the subject area of the email address, please put in your email address, okay? Because that's going to go to Patti Lyons. So make sure in the subject line, you spell everything quickly, double check it, put that email address in the subject line, and then below, in the body of it, please put your name so we know who you are. And we can keep track of, who's been to the class and who has not. So that's what we have to do. So email, the subject line, put your email address in there. In the body of the email, put your name. Because I'm I'm participating in this, I am not going to sign up for the class. I want this to be as fair to everybody as possible. And I don't want to be the person that signs up at 12:30 p.m. first thing. So that's the thing you got to remember. Tomorrow, you'll get a pop-up today between 4 and 5. Read it carefully, do what it says, and we'll get the 50 people that are first. I'll see the timestamp, so I'll know when you signed in. And, I'll just be as fair to everybody as I possibly can. I have had this class before, and I can tell you it's a great class, and Patty's a great teacher. And that's all I have to say.
Okay, we're looking.
Any questions?
Yes, ma'am, I do have one, Kathy. You said May 27th or May 29th?
It's the
22nd.
22nd.
Okay, thank you.
2-2, but you'll
It's
get
May
the email. You'll get the blast email.
Yeah, and she
Kathy?
also said that the sign up was in May. It's actually tomorrow.
Okay.
So you will get, everybody who is a guild member is getting an email from Susan today after this meeting is over, somewhere between 4 and 5. And
Did I say May? Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
did. It's okay.
It's tomorrow.
You said it's tomorrow. And in there, so the email comes today, the sign up is tomorrow, and every instruction you need to sign up will be in the email. And we are trying to make it, as Kathy said, as fair as we possibly can make it. And we'll keep if you don't make the top 50, if somebody needs to leave, they'll let us know, then everybody will move up a spot. So, and just give us, this is our first one. We're all real excited about it. Kathy's got a lot of stuff she's got to get pulled together for Patti and to get this done. So, let us get our feet under it. And if this goes off as good as we think it's going to do, then we'll have more of these in the future. But this is our first one, and we're pretty excited about it. So
is anybody excited? Put up your fingers or something.
I did a thumbs up. Yeah.
Okay. I can't,
Yeah,
I can only see 9 people.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, we're all real excited about it. And somebody had asked me about the 50 cutoff and why during a meeting, and it is not during a meeting. And the 50 is because of our speaker. So this class was actually a smaller class, and she's actually allowing us quite a few more people than she normally has in this class. So we're grateful
With
for
with an
that.
additional fee.
Yeah, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. We don't mind paying that. But yeah, so we, so we are able to have a bigger group. So anyway. Yes, it is. I've got a question. Is it going to be a Zoom class? It is a Zoom class. So it'll be on Zoom, which is why Patti needs all your emails and whatnot to get you your homework and to get you the paperwork that she needs to get out. So if you have any other questions, we will again address all the questions after show and share, or you could put them in the chat and we can answer them directly. So.
And in answer to the Zoom question about this, I think Patti Lyons is pretty good and clever with electronic information. She's been doing Zoom classes since this pandemic started. And I think the things she's going to show us are things that she can zoom in with a camera, and she can, it's not just, me zooming. I mean, she's probably got a professional way of doing things. So I wouldn't be terribly concerned about it, but we cannot record it and put it on our YouTube channel per our contract. So if you don't see the class, I can't do anything about that. So just be aware.
Okay. So we are going to go ahead and show the video, our education video. And Kathy, this is part one. So
Part one.
yeah, so it's not quite 20 minutes. I think it's like around 15 minutes on this video. So Katie's going to get that going for us. And then we'll do show and share.
Okay, if everyone can mute themselves who is still on, I will share the video. Is everyone seeing this? Thumbs up? Okay, I'm playing.
And quantity.
Yeah,
okay.
she was a great interview.
Yeah. And that is also going to be on the YouTube channel if anybody missed something on there that they want to see. So, okay, we're going to go ahead and do a show and share. So if everybody could try to limit your show and share to, a couple of minutes so that we can get through everybody. We've got about 40 people to get through. And then after show and share, I think we're going to have enough time. And if you have any questions or any comments or anything you want to bring up, let's do that after show and share. So Katie, do you want to go first with your show and share?
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm just doing a charity scarf. It's purple. You can't even see it in this lighting. It's purple. It's Pearl Soho. Just doing charity knitting. Mom, do you have anything?
No, I'm working on, I didn't look at the name, but it's a petite knit. It's a top down summer tee, and it's 100% linen. And it's a terracotta color. And this was a gift from a friend in the guild. So the yarn anyway. So that's it. That's me.
Sabrina, do you have anything to show and share?
No, I'm still working on it. Thanks, though. I'll save my question for when people ask questions. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. Okay, Kathy Shomon, do you have anything to show and share?
I do not. I'm just making a charity hat.
Okay. Joni, do you have anything to show and share?
Nope, I'm still working on my social knitting shawl.
Okay. Mary Fisher, do you have anything to show and share? Hang on. Here, you got to unmute yourself, Mary. Sorry.
I'm working on a baby blanket graphic.
Nice.
I've been working on it for a while.
Excellent.
I haven't had a whole lot of time to knit, so they keep me busy.
It's good to see you, Mary. Samantha, do you have anything to show and share?
Oh, I don't know. I took a class, a Zoom class with Janine Bauhaus, I think, on how to design your own Fair Isle vest. So I have a lot of like, I don't here.
I was gonna say it's blending into the lake.
Yeah, hang on. I'm so sorry.
Time's up.
Yeah, I know
I'm
exactly.
teasing you. I'm teasing.
I'm gonna throw it into the lake. Okay. So yeah, it's a lot of bad Fair Isle. I'll just say that because
Oh.
I can't figure out my colors on so it is a Doctor Who Fair Isle scarf.
Awesome.
I think that looks great. Eileen, do you have anything? Oh, hang on. We got to unmute you, Eileen.
Okay, I knit a hat from scraps from the last 3 charity hats that I knit. And I used a Helix knitting technique, so it's stripes that just go round and around and around. And I couldn't find a free pattern on Ravelry that really talked about how to do that. So I started to write up this pattern because it was kind of fun. And it used all but the last inches of this yarn, so I was glad of that. I also knit a scarf. Here it goes, it goes, and it goes, and it goes. It was 2 yarns held together. The lighter yarn is some fisherman's wool, and the darker colors are some hand spun that was donated to me. And I knit it to 60 inches, and then I blocked it, and it's now 72, so it's a good, generous scarf. That's
beautiful.
all.
Thanks, Eileen. Joanne, do you have anything? Thumbs down. Okay. Thanks, Joanne. Colleen, do you have anything? Nothing? Thumbs down. Okay. You want to show it, Colleen? That's pretty. Here, let me.
Well, tomorrow's my big day, you guys. It's the 13-hour knit-a-thon. So I swore myself all I was going to work on was scarves. I'll be insane in 13 hours, but in the meantime, I'm just playing. So.
Well, good luck tomorrow, Colleen.
Good luck.
Thank you to all. Yeah.
We're excited for you. Margie, do you have anything? Hang on, Margie. You got to unmute yourself.
There, finally. After I saw the pattern on Louise Tilbrook Designs, but it's not her pattern. She was knitting it and said she didn't think after being in the pandemic for so long that she would enjoy just knitting and purling. She's knitting Kate's everyday desk shawl. And it's Kate Atherley's shawl. And it is, but it starts out with 5 stitches, and
No, not right now.
by it you increase. And I finally had to put each row on an index card so that I would not get mixed up, but I do love it. And I found some yarn in my stash. I also, during the pandemic, I knit this with yarn that I won in either the first or second yarn crawl that Curious Crafter was in business. And it's Earth Yarns, 100% cotton. And I didn't think about this when I did it. It's a simple garter stitch, and it's not, nearly drove my husband crazy because there's a picture on the pattern and we were trying to make it correspond in shaping. And he kept trying to make the corner 45-degree angle. That wasn't supposed to be a 45-degree angle. Jimmy Beans carries this yarn, and they have put together different color combinations for knitting washcloths. And I was amazed, and I may go for one of their color combinations because the yarn is actually dyed striped, but different colors. And it was fun. That's it.
Thanks, Margie. I wanted to read something Colleen put in the chat because I think it's just a nice shout out for the Guild. She said, I don't want to interrupt any discussions, but I wanted to send a special thank you to Susan R., Diana, Kate B., Harith, and Eileen for sponsoring me on Laura Nelkin's Knit-a-thon. Tomorrow's the big day. My sponsors have donated $1,050 on my behalf to the 4 food pantries. I'm so honored by all of your generosity. The total raised before our meeting for the entire Knit-a-thon is $218,199. She said, that is amazing. Knitters are the best, which I just want to shout out to the knitting community. As someone who works on hunger access issues every day, that is amazing. So just really, really amazed. Sandra, do you have something to show and share?
I'm working on a short sock. And then I've been doing a lot of baby charity hats.
Awesome. Barbara, do you have anything to show and share?
I do. I was walking through Michael's one afternoon and saw these balls of variegated yarn, which I'd never used before. And I thought that'll make a good scarf for my friend who's transferring her work jobs. I really don't like it as it knits up. I thought it had a lot more red and navy blue, and this is a lot of orange. But my friend Debbie Throne said, well, she'll never forget you. And I'm also working on a basket weave baby blanket. That's it.
Very cute. Thanks, Barbara. Gail, do you have anything to show and share?
Yes, I do. I just started a baby blanket from this little book. There's a designer named Joanna Johnson who's done several sweet little children's books with knitting patterns associated to the story. This one's called Freddie's Blanket. And so there's not much to show, but I've started the blanket for a baby present.
Thanks, Gail.
Where do you get those?
It's a Slate Falls Press. I think chances are they're on Amazon. Joanna, Joanna Johnson, the usual spelling of Johnson. But Slate Falls Press is her company, SLATE.
Rose, do you have anything to show and share?
Yes, I do. I am working on Fair Owl Weekend, Mary Jane Mucklestone, and this is her cowl. And I'm on the very last repeat, so I'm almost done.
Yay.
Oh, I'm also new. I also wanted to say I'm new. I just started.
Well, welcome. You'll
Thank you
certainly
very
have
much.
to send me a picture of that shawl for the Instagram. That's beautiful.
Okay, I will do. Thank you.
Nini, do you have anything to show and share? No, thumbs down. Okay. Karen, Bryant, do you have anything to show and share? Thumbs down. Judy, do you have anything to show and share? Okay. Oh, you were unmuted and now you're muted again, Judy. There you go.
Ooh.
Oh, Judy, for some reason we can't hear you, and it might be because you're plugged into your headphones.
It's called Katie's Cap.
Beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Thank
Let's
you.
see. I didn't see it. Let's see it.
Judy, can you hold it up again?
And say something.
She is holding it.
She has to talk.
It's called Katie's Cap.
There.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
Thanks, Judy. Okay. Susan, do you have anything? No, thumbs down. Gerda, do you have anything to show and share?
Well, I'm casting off of this Agatha shawl. It was one. Can you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a free pattern that with internet. But not with internet, with Interweave Knits. It's a slip stitch pattern. It was a free one. Now I think it costs something. It's Agatha shawl. Or Agatha shawl. That's it.
Okay, Miss Melba, do you have anything to show and share?
No.
No? Okay. Linda, the birthday woman, do you have anything to show and share? Linda Wicks?
I don't have something to share, but I just want to say that if anybody knows of things like the knit-a-thon that you were just talking about, I wish they'd put it in our newsletter, because maybe more of us, I would think that was fun to go to a knit-a-thon.
It was in the newsletter.
It was?
Yeah, it was.
My. Then I just missed it. But anyway, next time I'll try and catch it, because I would be interested in doing that.
Can we still donate? Can we still donate?
I don't know. Colleen, are you still here?
No, I'll just go online and see.
Yeah, I would check Colleen's Ravelry post about it. She may have dropped off, but it would definitely say on there. I would assume that you could up until the time of the knit-a-thon. So
I think there's a link. I think there's a link in the newsletter.
Yeah, so I would encourage everyone to read every newsletter cover to cover.
There's gonna
to find out. Read two things: read the newsletter cover to cover to find the information. And Colleen definitely has posted about it on the Guild's Ravelry page. So also go there and contribute to any of the other ongoing fun chats we're having on the Ravelry page.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's easy.
No, it's fine, Linda. I'm just teasing. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Katie. That's all.
Thanks, Linda. Gracia, do you have anything to show and share?
Oh, yes. I have made a discovery. I've been knitting since I've been 13, and I just made socks, and I'm never making socks again as long as I live. These teeny tiny, I had to use triple O's to get the gauge because I knit loose. This is the class I took from, what's her name? Cozen. And it was a wonderful class. It was where you knit the whole thing, you know, just what they were talking about, and then you divide it. They're done. And
Arlen, you should never start with that. Easy
Well,
peasy vanilla socks.
Well, actually, I did make myself a pair. This actually is the third pair, but I don't mean to knock you guys who love to make socks, but I'm wondering why go through all that to hide them under trousers and shoes. But anyway, they are finished. They do fit. And but anyway, and it's a nice yarn. So that's my story.
Thanks, Gracia. Cindy Mitchell, do you have anything to show and share?
Yes, and this will look better when it's finished and off the needles. This is press flowers.
Yeah.
Christopher's. So I'm having fun. I'm almost at the end. It's the border.
Ooh,
beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Cruising along. see. Riola, do you have anything to show and share?
We're boring somebody.
Actually, I do.
Sorry.
I didn't have anything to show until Eileen mentioned the Helix knitting. And I'm knitting on a pair of socks that I've used the helical method for. This is the yarn. And I put them together, and these are the socks that it produced. And there's a whole bunch of websites that are, that I learned the method from. So I don't know where she went, but the Chili Dog is the one that I used. And Very Pink, is it Very Pink? Yeah, Very Pink has one as well. So it makes a very interesting, combination when you mix two
helical
different. Yes, these are called Helix Socks, Helix, and the method is called helical, Helical.
Beautiful. I like how they're knitting up.
So
thanks, Riola.
Oh, I do too. And it works really, really well if you don't have a lot of yarn, if you want to use up some scraps.
Riola, I'm also glad we got your microphone working so we can hear your beautiful voice at our meetings.
Thank you. I'm glad as well.
Okay. Cruising along. Jody, do you have anything to show and share? Thumbs up. Oh.
Hi. Can you hear me? I just started a hat today with a cat boardies with the little tendrils, but I found this really pretty purpley, sparkly thing that I use with the tendrils. And then also I have room to contribute. So I need to get those to you guys. That's all.
Thanks, Jody. Okay. Sharon, do you have anything? Thumbs down, okay. Diane, do you have anything? Thumbs up.
Yeah, I just want to let you know I did finally find Joan and Joanne today, and they gave me more yarn. So I'm making another scarf. I've got a more complicated shawl I'm working on, but it's not out right now. So you got to see the charity knitting scarf instead.
Well, I'm glad you're able to find them.
Me too.
Thanks, Diane. Sudeshna, do you have anything to show and share? Oh, hang on, we gotta unmute you.
I don't know if you can see this. This is
oh, yeah.
Oh, it's called Freeze, and it's by Brooklyn Tweed, Jared Flood. So it's just it's a scarf with buttons.
That's beautiful.
That's
I
it.
love the color. Thank you, Sudeshna. Joan Rangel, anything to show and share? Hang on, we gotta unmute you, Joan.
I'm just making another scarf, just a brown scarf. But I went back and looked at my Helix patterns too that I found, and I sent links to Eileen. So if she finds anything there that she can use when she writes up her instructions. I think I had trouble wrapping my head around it too, as far as starting it, but it is a fun technique.
Thanks,
That's all I have.
Thank you. Those are the only people I have that are on camera. Does anyone off camera want to show and share? Or did I miss anyone on camera? Okay. All right, then I'm going to stop recording because I know we have some questions. So I'll stop recording, and then we'll get this posted to YouTube, and then we can ask our questions.
Are you going to unmute everybody, Kate?
Yes, after I stop recording.
Okay.